Back here again for a walk at Bowleaze Cove today. This time I thought we might go that way, up over the coast path. So just walking up here past this, it looks a little bit derelict, doesn't it? I don't know if it's in use or not. Riviera. Lots and lots of this, which is Alexander's, which is a wild edible related to celery. Tastes a little bit, well, tastes like a mixture of strong celery and slight aniseed flavour, if I recall correctly. So lots of that around here. Over there, the Isle of Portland, and then Weymouth. It's a shame to see this place in this closed up state, really. Holiday camp or holiday hotel, kind of late Art Deco style. No, not going down there. Eva on the lead, obviously, because we're right next to a cliff here. We must have closed down quite recently. Well, you should get a pretty nice view from up here. I think they've moved the coast path inland a bit, probably because cliff falls and erosion have got the old path over there a bit too close to the edge, or maybe it's disappeared entirely. Rain falling over the hills over there. And that's Bowleaze Cove and the beach that goes all the way to Weymouth, where we walked last time. What I think we're looking at here is an area of cliff top that's kind of subsided down and tilted back because whole sections of the landscape sort of rotate into the sea. I'll see if I can do a little graphic of how that works. But I imagine at some point this was all level here and it's just slumped down. You can see there's almost like two steps of it over there as well. So yeah, you can see here there is an exposed cliff face there, and that's where this landscape, this piece of land on the right here, has fallen and kind of shifted and slid down that way, rotated. The bottom would have rotated out. This bit's kind of curved down like this. How do I know this is just not the way it's always been? Well, have a look down there. There's a fence. And that fence down there used to be part of this fence here, except it's not anymore. So the fence has just snapped when this piece slid down. Just here you can see the start of that process happening. There's a little rip in the ground here, so pretty soon this big block here will just slide down into there as well. There's an interesting thing over there as well. Over beyond Osmington, you see there's a big cliff and there's kind of warm, moist air coming in off the sea. There's an onshore breeze today, and that moist air is being blown up the side of the cliff there and over the top, and because of that change in elevation and change in air pressure and temperature, it's then condensing on the top of the cliff. So you can see a line of cloud just kind of peeling away from the top of that cliff there. That's warm, damp air coming in off the sea and being forced up and making clouds and condensation at the higher elevation. No, come on, you got a death wish or something? No, you're not going down there. I bet that's a popular spot for fishing if you can get down there. Okay, well, not quite sure we intended to walk this far, but there's a little bay down there. I think that must be Osmington Bay, and I think we'll head down there and have a little walk on the beach. Gorse is nearly in full bloom now, and it'll carry on doing this until probably the end of April, and then it'll be all seed pods, but there'll still be some bloom about because there's always flowers of gorse around. There's an old kind of piece of folk wisdom, or old country saying, kissing's out of season when gorse is out of flower. I read that that was in a book called A Country Harvest that I've got on my bookshelf. Gorse flowers, when they're in full sun and in full bloom, delicious coconut aroma. I'm not going to try and put my nose close to any today, I've done that before. But best enjoyed on a really sunny day when the gorse is out in full bloom, which is more than this, when the bush will be just a mass of this chrome yellow colour. The whole bush will look like that little bit there does. And oh, let's have a sniff, come on. Yeah, so yep, smells like coconut. Specifically smells like kind of coconut suntan lotion. Really? Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose it's better than seawater. Well, somewhere I should think there must be steps or a path down to that beach. We've just got to find it. Well, that ain't it. Would you not pull, please? Okay, so it looks like, yeah, there's steps down here. What it looks like a path that goes down to the beach down there. Let's have a look then. Yeah, looks like there's a little way down, just down in the middle of this chine here, or whatever they call it locally, the soap. Yeah, foot went in the rabbit hole. Oh well, I'll survive. My jeans will have to go in the wash. Stairs are kind of busy falling into the sea. I'm sure that's not how they were built. Alright, last little stretch now. Big bumblebee. Yeah. Well, how about that? We got the whole beach to ourselves. Okay, I will pick up and take home a few pieces of plastic that don't belong here. There's quite a steep shingle bank there. Let's go and have a look. This reminds me a lot of Chesil Beach. Chesil Beach is obviously just over there, so that's probably why it reminds me of Chesil Beach. Quite a steep shingle bank, and you can see it's the shingle. These flint pebbles are all rounded just by the continual action of the waves. Isn't that an amazing sound? Now sadly there is actually quite a lot of plastic on this beach, mostly this coloured rope. Interestingly, this looks a bit like plastic but isn't. This is whelk eggs. sea snails' eggs, well, the egg cases. That's natural. That is what I think is the remains of a metallized balloon. Beaches like this can be actually surprisingly dangerous. There's this very steep bank down into the water and quite vigorous surf, and certainly on Chesil Beach one of the things people sometimes get into trouble with is they stand on this bit and there's no footing there and just slide down into the water, and once your welly boots fill up it's actually quite difficult to get out. Okay, well that's as far as we're going to walk, and we've come up to this, this is Kimmeridge Clay here. Whoa. Not going to go any further than that because obviously there isn't much of a beach here. It's certainly not at high tide like this. So yeah, quite the harvest of plastic from the beach here. I will take that away and try and dispose of it responsibly. Sadly that does mean that's either going to go in landfill or be incinerated or burned as fuel. That's pretty much the end of life for this kind of mixed unidentified plastic. I don't think any of that can be really readily recycled. There is one piece I found that can be recycled, or at least upcycled or reused. This fishing lure, which has probably got a little bit of life left in it. And I'll put that in the fishing bag and maybe we'll use that sometime. It's a weighted lure, presumably for the end of a mackerel line or something like that. So that goes in my pocket. The rest of that's going to go in the bin. So I think that's probably about it for today's journey, unless something happens on the way back. Thank you for joining me on this little walk. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.